Victory is ours. Excellent. We have carried the day. Accept your fate. Victory is ours. Double Dragon Slash! All is well that ends well. Huzzah! Nyah! We have carried the day. Huzzah! Accept your fate. A temple on top of a mountain. What connection could a place like this have to the... Certainly benefits from divine protection of some kind. Yggdrasil fell to earth, not...
I know that face. That man is a knight of Heliodor. Heliodorian swine! You think that your blockade will break us? Think again. The disciples of Angrila are made of sterner stuff.
What in the... These movements must be intended to confound us. Be on your guard.
Enough! Or... is this how we treat visitors? As your High Lama, I order you to stand down.
Your Holiness, these people are not visitors. They are soldiers of Heliodor.
Soldiers of Heliodor, you say? The tall one, perhaps, but his young friend does not look like a I sense a great power within you. Tell me, young man.
Incredible. He divined your true identity with a single glance.
How long we have waited for this day. Please, you must forgive my disciples' discourtesy. Their training is... Welcome to Angrila, honored luminary. It would please me if you would join me in the high hall at the top of the temple.
Strange child, but remarkably perceptive for once. Well, we have come this far. We might as well make our way to this high hall of theirs.
I welcome you once again to Angri-La, honored luminary. As I believe you know, it is my privilege to serve as High Lama of this...
I am to address you as Your Holiness, correct? Might I ask what you and your people know of my companion?
Why, everything, of course. We have awaited his coming ever since the day he entered this world.
Waiting for him? What do you mean?
I mean exactly what I say, nothing more. Tell me, do you recognize the symbol on this banner? It is the emblem of Dundrasil. Since the Age of Heroes, the princes of that nation have come here to train with us for 6 years of their youth. Your young friend was born a prince of Dundrasil. Thus did we expect him to come here as a boy and study under the great... Sadly, that was not to be.
So if fate had been kinder, you would have spent a good part of your childhood here. What of his tutor, this Grand Master Pang you speak of?
When the Lord of Shadows brought the world tree low, the Master set out to summon a magical mandala to protect the temple from The spell succeeded, but its power was too great. Grand Master Pang.
A noble sacrifice indeed.
Now that the Master is gone, it falls to me to guide you. Come to the field of discipline.
It is a shame that the Grand Master cannot be here. I would have liked to meet one so noble. Come.
Beyond those doors lies the field of discipline, where students of Angri-La Before we tread upon this hallowed ground, let me tell you a little of our history. Before setting out to defeat the Dark One, Erdwin came to our temple to learn from the Wise Ones, who met the first Grand Master, i.e., accepted him as a disciple, and trained him in the secrets, but he did not train alone. During his time here, he met someone.
Who was this person?
Another of Yi-Yi's disciples, a young mage whose talent outshone that of all who had come before. Erdwin and Morkant would train together every day, each striving to outstrip the other. Though they were fierce rivals, when their training was complete, Morkant joined with Erdwin in his quest to slay the Dark One. Before setting out, they carved an inscription into this stone, a pledge of eternal friendship. It has been a treasure of ours.
Morkant. I have not heard the name before.
Now allow me to show you to the field of discipline, if you would be so good as... Welcome to the field of discipline. Since the age of heroes, many a would-be warrior has spilt sweat and blood. If your karma had been different, this is where you would have trained under Grand Master Pang, like all the princes of Dundrasil. I have brought you here so that you might stand in the footsteps of your ancestors. An unbroken line leading all the way back to Even your grandfather, Lord Robert, completed his training here. The memory of his achievements...
His achievements?
Pang was a harsh master. With this implement, disciples whose efforts were lacking were given motivation. During the course of his 6 years of tuition, your grandfather's right honorable posterior was paddled an unprecedented 10,000 times. The tale of Lord Robert's road to enlightenment lives on to this day. Every disciple knows that he must focus at all times.
A legendary achievement in...
You are worried for your grandfather, yes? Do not be. Lord Robert overcame every challenge set for him by the fall of the World Tree would not have been enough to extinguish one so resilient. Tonight there will be a modest feast in the High Hall to celebrate your long-awaited arrival. We would be greatly honored if you would join us. We may not be able to aid you as we would have done were Master Pang still with us, but in this respect at least...
Awake at last, hmm? It is high time we were on our way. If the Grand Master was still alive, perhaps we might have learned something to help us in our fight against the Lord of Shadows. Sadly, it was...
And the hermit? What news of him?
Forgive us, Your Holiness. The monsters on the mountain path were too strong. We were unable to reach him.
I see.
Your Holiness, is there a problem?
Yes, Sir Hendrik. I fear there is. You see, 2 weeks ago a hermit visited us, unannounced. Then just as suddenly depart...
Alone? Whatever for?
That I do not know. The moment he heard that Master Pang had passed away, he ran from the temple. The mountain has become infested with monsters, emboldened and strengthened by the rise of the Lord of Shadows. This being so, I dispatched a group of disciples to return him to safety. As you can see, things...
I have trained all my life for a moment such as this, and yet I have failed in my first true test.
Might we be able to offer some assistance?
I thank you for your kindness, but you are guests here. I cannot ask you to undertake such a dangerous task.
A knight of Heliodor does not abandon an innocent in need. These people have shown us great kindness. It is only right that we do them a kindness in return. Would you not agree?
Thank you from the bottom of my heart, but I cannot allow you to bear this burden alone. We must depart for the summit of Mount Panglai without delay. After exiting the temple, we will take the path to the east in order to begin.
Accept your fate! Pasado! Pasado! All is well that ends well. It seems we are too late. Is this the hermit we came in search of?
Unfortunately so. He was in deep meditation when he breathed his last. I am glad at least that he was prepared. But that posture, it is awful. Uniquely awful.
Huh? Incredible! Issue 1 of the Ogler's Digest. Indeed. It seems our friend here made his peace with the world before departing. Huh? But this is one of the royal treasures of Dundrasil. By the skies! Can it really be?
Lord Robert!
Your grandfather was Master Pang's most fervent disciple. Can he have chosen to follow his mentor to the next life?
No, he is still breathing.
What?
His spirit hovers in the place between life and death. It is only a matter of time before he passes the point of no return. But there may yet be a way to save him, if you were to follow him into the void.
But how? Is this even possible?
The ancient teachings tell us that the summit of Mount Panglai stands at the crossroads between this world and... If you will permit me, I can perform an ancient rite that will send you to the place between worlds. But it is not a decision to be taken lightly, once that place is entered. Well, will you take that chance? Will you visit the void and bring Lord Robert back to us? Very well. I will prepare for the ritual. It is time to depart for the place to which every soul must go.
What is this foolish dance?
Another wandering soul drifts into my domain. Destiny is cruel indeed to send me one so young. This may be a fruitless question, given the vacant expression you wear, but he is wise beyond his years. An intellectual giant. I must return to the world above and tell everyone I met. Do you think me a fool, boy? Do not pretend. Let me unburden you of at least a little of your ignorance. I will explain in simple terms that even an idiot may understand. Before Yggdrasil fell, departed souls would come here before returning to the World Tree. But now that the tree is gone, it is a place with an entrance but no exit. A dead end. What I'm trying to tell you is that you will never leave this world. As long as the cycle of souls is interrupted, all who die will suffer the same fate. This is your destiny. Accept it, for you cannot change. Or do you cling to the vain hope that the heart of Yggdrasil may be recovered from Mordegon's clutch? And yet, you would not be alone in your foolishness. Some people just don't know when to give up. Did you think that he chose death out of a sense of despair? He came here with hope in his heart. Your grandfather came to find me so that I might teach him the last of my secrets. You know who I am, of course. Foolish child. I am Pang, Grand Master of Angri-La. Do you see the magic circle that surrounds him? The precise pattern of movements draws energy from the ether and channels it to create the mandala of Yggdrasil. He has been flailing away like this ever since he arrived here. But when the great sigil is complete, he will have mastery over a power not seen since the Age of Hero. Get out, knight! Don't you dare give up now! I'll beat your bottom black and blue, I swear it!
Oh!
Well, would you look at that?
Hey! Did you see that? I finally did it! Oh, it was beautiful!
Yes, very impressive. I thought you had gone soft in your dotage.
Jinx! Grandmaster Pang! Was that... Hoo-hoo! For the first time in my long life, she's actually paid me a compliment!
Perhaps if you could stop congratulating yourself for one moment and squint beyond the end of your bulbous...
Oh my! Is it really you, lad? Oh, not you as well. Your poor young life snatched away from you.
Oh, stop your sniveling. The boy is alive.
He's what? But what's he doing here?
He and his friends found your body and sent his soul from the world above to bring you back.
Ah, really? But I only came here to... And you went to all that trouble. Finer than ever, in fact. Now that I've learned the final secret, you and me are going to be unstoppable.
Stop right there!
I can't thank you enough for all you've done, Grandmaster. But now that my training's finished...
Finished? Oh, but we have... Honored Luminary, if you would like to follow me. Your grandfather has mastered the last secret of Angri-La. It is a technique first devised in the Age of Heroes by Morkant. For you, I have a technique no less impressive. An attack of such incredible power, it was devised by Erdwin himself during his training with Yi, our first Grand Master.
Well, that can't be a bad thing. Me with Morkant's spell and you with Erdwin's attack.
If you can master it. None since Erdwin has been able to do so. The training you must undergo to acquire this power will be more intense, more relentless. Well, do you think you have what it takes to endure this most trying of trial? I knew you would make the right choice. Now, the first step is to focus your mental energies and call forth a blade of pure light. As good as can be expected for a first attempt. The heat of battle.
Battle? You mean you're going to fight him? Oh, no,
Me? Why would I rumple my nice clean robe when I have you to do my dirty work for?
What? You're going to make me fight my own grandson?
Who better, Lord Robert? You have mastered all our secrets now. And besides, I've always wanted to see two princes of Dundrasil battling it out. Before we continue, allow me to give your grandfather an unfair advantage.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, aye! I've not felt this alive in decades!
That's the spirit. Don't hold back. Show him the true power of
Just you!
Luminary. Prepare yourself. The more you use it, the stronger it will become.
Here I come, laddie. It's time to show you what this old man can do. Come on then, laddie.
Show me your strength.
Divide! Can you tell which is which? Divide!
Oh, yes. Wonderful. I must say, I doubted you had it in you. The power of the technique comes from your heart. Hone that greatest of weapons, and none will be able to stand before you. Now, I think it's time we peeled that old degenerate off the flagstones, don't...
You beat me, even with the last secret of Angri-La in my side.
You weren't too much of an embarrassment, no. Perhaps I finally have a disciple
So this is where you have been hiding.
Wait, I know that voice.
Mordigan.
Sniveling worms. You thought to escape my clutches by cowering here in this ruined world.
No! Curse you! I had thought your powers could not reach... So inconsiderate. That was fine. It seems we must do it the hard way. You two will just have to learn the ultimate ability here and...
What? So the last secret of Angri-La wasn't the last one?
Of course not, foolish man. There is another. A supreme skill devised by Grandmaster i.e. Well, don't just stand there. Combine your powers so that I can die happy.
You dare to resist me?
You must do exactly as I say. Exactly when I say it. Robert, do not think. Act. Now, Luminary! Unleash Quadra Slash! Yes, the last and greatest of all the secrets of Angri-La. Solar Flare!
He is back with us. But he is greatly weakened. We must get him to the temple right.
Ah. You are finally awake. Good. I feared you had suffered some lasting injury. Lord Robert awoke a short while ago. He's outside speaking with the High Lama.
Oh, hello there, laddie. Better late than never, eh? What are you staring at me like that for? Is there something on my face?
It is your physique, Lord Robert. You were a good deal...
Oh, that! Nothing a good breakfast couldn't cure. Aye, the Grand Master put me through worse and more than one.
Lord Robert has told me what came to pass in the void, that you met Grand Master Pang. I hear that you were even able to master the ultimate abilities of your ancestor Erdwin. You have my
And I hear that I owe you a debt of thanks, Sir Henrik, for looking after the boy here while I was out.
Please think nothing of it, my lord. It is the least I could do to make amends for all the wrongs I have done.
Ah, don't torture yourself over it, son. We've all been pawns in Mordegon's game.
Thank you. Truly. What do you intend to do now? We had hoped to find guidance here in Angri-La.
Well, funnily enough, I was just thinking about something Grandmaster Pang told me. She said old Erdwin used a very special form of transport when he went after the Dark One.
Whatever could that mean?
I didn't get the chance to ask her any more about it, but it sounds like just what we need to get up to that castle. As for our old friends, none of them were exactly the giving up type, eh? So, what say we head over to Arborea and keep an eye out for our pals on the way? If this flying doodad's supposed to... There's no time to lose. The longer we wait, the stronger Mordegon gets.
Honored Luminary, we disciples of Angri-La will do all that we can to aid you in your preparations to take... We have even devised a special training regime for you.
Victory will be ours! Witness the power of a true disciple! Not bad at all.
Victory is ours.
Accept your fate!
Diligence is its own reward.